So, it's raining today, and I'm headed back to the bee park. It's a necessary job, though. Yesterday, I put together a swarm trap, and my intent was to put it in the crabapple tree that is their favorite tree to swarm into. I got it together, took it back to the tree, and they had beaten me to it. There they were hanging in the tree, sticking their little tongues out saying, "You're late." So we did manage to get them boxed. I mean, I apologize for not filming a lot of this stuff, but I've been so short-handed that it's hard to do the video on top. However, it's raining today. They're in their new home, but it's anything but level. So I got to go back and level it. It's got a solid bottom board, and the thing they aren't going to like is if water is pooling inside the hive. We anchored the hive with a frame of brood, which tends to keep them around, but I still want to level out the hive a little bit, and I don't imagine they're too happy today, so I am suited, and just something has to be done. So this is our new hive, the swarm from yesterday. I'm not going to open them up for obvious reasons. And despite the fact that it's raining, there's still a little activity in these hives. They're still getting out and around. Number 6 is bearding, which could mean they have a big hatch out, or it could mean that despite being split, they're thinking about splitting again. The other hives are all pretty much looking normal. Number 2, which I think recently issued a swarm, I got a little bit going on. Number 1, which we freshly split and had 20 superseed cells in it, they still have a good population. All right, let's see what we got going on, because they're a fresh swarm. Let me just bring the camera in a little bit. I have a hunch that what we're going to find out is that all these girls are clustered around that frame of brood I put in. That always seems to be the case.
No, they haven't glued it down yet.
Yeah, so this is the frame of brood I put in. And you can see, that's just an empty frame.
Oh.
I'm amazed. Look at them going after this pollen cake.
So they're actually doing their best to take and feed the brood.
Well, there's not too much brood. Let me get this camera. Okay, so whenever you get a swarm, the important thing is to give them a reason to stay. And I've always found that they're putting that frame of brood in there just does the trick. You know, there's blank frames here, and it's very fascinating. As you said, the pollen cake there, they don't have a field force yet, so the pollen is important to them, and they're definitely on top of that. And we're just going to keep them on sugar water. This is an 8-frame hive. Eventually we'll move it to be a 10-frame, but I'm trying to not squish anybody in between the pollen cake. A little bit more clearance on this with a large side down. But I'm going to keep them on feed. Give them a new jar, and
I think you can just transfer what's left in this almost empty.
Well, we got one coming up here over at the other end that probably is also going to be
that's
need a little
inch.
bit. Yeah. So
just combine them. So we have an empty jar to take and put in the.
Yeah. I have so this one here is not on feed. I believe look at this. I think we got an issue here.
Oh yeah, you're right. Dude.
I think we have a swarm forming.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So
The way they're
what I'm going to do is I'm going to block the entrance off.
You got a brick?
You got a brick? Okay.
You got a brick.
Get one of the smokers going.
Alright.
Look at them pile out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we want to
That's a swarm
block
frame.
this off. And look, they're squishing out the other side here.
I do have a question.
What's
when
up?
a swarm forms, is it the queen that goes out first, or is it
No, they push the queen out. So
Okay.
if you can get it bricked off, sealed off prior to the queen making it out, then you have the possibility of stopping the swarm and then dealing with the queen in a different way.
Okay.
But you don't lose the bees. We have a number of bees in the air, but not a thick swarm. And what will happen is they'll go, "Where's the queen?"
Okay.
And they'll return. So we came out right in the nick of time to stop one coming off of this hive. Let's see here. So while they're figuring that out,
Bunch trying to get back in again.
yeah, they're wondering what exactly happened here. Well, yeah, the queen is not out of the hive. If the queen was in the air, you'd already see them. You'd see the you'd see not so much a ball forming, but you'd see an area in the air that had a lot of bees in it. So they're going, "Wait, what happened here? She didn't get out."
Okay.
But
so
you want to make sure they can't boil out anything else. Make sure that little hole in the back is plugged. So they don't know what to do right now, but that's okay. We'll let them work on that idea. And hopefully they'll end up just clustering around the hive again. So what we definitely have in there is we have obviously a capped queen cell. And we're going to have to start another hive. We're going to have to do a fourth split today to prevent this from swarming. But we'll get back to this one a little later. We'll let them calm down a little bit. Meanwhile, we'll go back here.
back to what we were doing.
Back to what we were doing. This is why I like to get out here at exactly this time of day. This is the season that they go, sunny day. Guess what we're going to do?
We're going to take and go and
Right.
expand the neighborhood.
Expand the neighborhood. So, you got the smoker handy?
It's right behind you.
Okay. So this one I had sugar brick on, and they're developing a workforce. This is now going to get a fresh super. I think we have a fresh super on top. Yep, this is one of our splits. Nice and quiet. Hurry though, because otherwise they're going to be our swarm hive is going to causing a bit of an issue. So we'll put that on, and let's put this sugar block here.
What's left of it?
What's left of it. So this only had one deep on it, so this will be the one below the queen feeder, the queen excluder. So this is good. Perfect setup. We'll lid that back up. Okay. I don't know what to do because we caught them before they popped the queen out the front. But what they do is they force the queen out of the front of the hive. Now we're going to go right to the end here.
Okay.
Which is the mystery hive. This is one I would like to move into one of the waxed hives for you, and regain that other guy. Yeah, they got feed. That's okay. But what I'm curious about is, but I really don't know what's going on here because this is not. Oh God, they're even waxing that up. This was a split, but as to why they're not going out in the field yet, I don't know.
Look at the ants.
It certainly looks like they have brood and larvae.
Yeah.
So this split is
Screen
about
bottom boards.
3 weeks old. Yeah. Well, why they're just not doing the field force thing, I don't know. But they have plenty of honey. They obviously have a laying queen. They're just not interested in leaving the hive. They're just staying with the comb. I mean, there's really not too
They're
many.
building comb on this too.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That might have been there, but you see, they're not even roaming around the bottom board. So I don't quite get this one. There must be a reason. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the white up. You're going to swap the bottom board out, and then I'll put the deep back on.
They've got a nice waxed hive.
Now I have a nice waxed hive. I'm going to keep them on feed because I don't see a field force. And if I think of it, I'm going to bring a pollen cake back. Where are we going to put a hive? Because I think our agenda today has changed due to these girls.
Put it up on corners. What's interesting is I noticed that the professionals that send theirs out for pollinating, of course, they got the pallets and
So the deal is, I'm going to pull this off, and you're going to throw that lid right on there.
Yep.
All right, do it.
okay.
So what we've done is just reduce the issues that we have to deal with for the moment. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this upper super, put it somewhere, so that we can divide up the bottom super. I mean, what we're doing here is we're splitting a hive while they're swarming. So anything goes. But to me, the less items we're dealing with, the better. So again, I'm going to pull the top super, put it over here, and then you're going to close the lid on this as soon as I find out where I threw my bee tool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. Well, let me free this up.
Yeah.
That's freed up on all sides. Sounds it. Okay. So I'm going to pull the lid, pull the super, move it over here, and you put the lid back on the deep. 1, 2. You're going to be pulling the lid.
Pulling the lid. Okay.
Go. So we don't know where the queen is. I might have just moved her if she was up in the medium, but we've taken the honey super off, sealed that up. Now we're going to split the deep, and as to whether we can do this without them taking off into the air, I don't know.
They ain't happy.
No. Well, I don't know if they're not happy, but they're just confused. Okay, let's lift the lid.
Oh.
So now, I'm going to pull an end frame. Give it some room. Look for a frame that might have some
Crazy
queen
cone.
cells on it.
Brood. There's brood.
Oh, look at all those cells.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go. And they're emerged. There's a couple that are merged. There's another one. It's capped.
Okay. Holy shit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Now let's do this. There's another queen cell.
Knock her off?
No, just stop it.
I'm just gonna keep it.
Yeah. What I'll do here. Ideally, it'd be nice to find the queen, but she's probably scampering around crazy.
There's another queen in the
There,
bottom.
look at the queen cells in that.
Jeez.
I'm gonna leave some in here for now.
Now the question is, if there's not enough to really have a swarm,
Will they not swarm?
yeah.
Hard to say. Hive back together. Now we'll put this hive back together. Okay.
I think stapling will upset the bees more than screwing the things in.
Now, the question is, if we got 10 frames in there, I need one frame over here. This is our new colony with tons of queen cells. Smoke them a little bit. I'm going to clean this off.
Okay.
We have another medium over there.
Throw a medium on top of it.
Yeah.
Somebody's having fun using my hood as a drum.
Yeah, it happens.
Okay, now cap it. Screen.
No, not yet. We need to go through the other medium and see if we can find what's going on. So we have a medium here.
Frames out of here.
Yeah.
Hi girls. Yes, I see you're all checking out the new stuff.
Okay. Well, we have to watch out that we don't initiate a swarm. It should be very easy to do right now. Let me find a frame that's easy. Can I borrow your tool with the tongue? Sure. I still have not found mine. Oh, yeah, they're around, that's for sure. Brood. What I'm looking for is a queen at this point, because this frame's been fairly quiet. More brood.
They are going crazy on the brood this year.
Yeah, they are. Oh, wacky crazy comb. With brood in it. God almighty. Let's see what we can do here. Actually, I'm just going to leave that for now. We want to checkerboard the frames this time.
Okay.
Since they're in swarm mode.
So you want one of one, one
Right.
blank.
More brood. And look, another couple of queen cups that are charged. Girl, hell bent on swarming. And we got resources here. I want to leave them with resources.
You want to checker that?
Yeah. I think you're gonna have to pull that frame out though because of the hump on this one.
Yeah.
So now we got our blank frames in here. What I don't know is which of these hives has the queen in it. We know this one has lots of queen cells.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. So if it doesn't, it will soon.
Yeah. Well, if the one that we're moving is going to have the queen cells, so they're immediately not going to have a workforce. Makes it a little bit easier. And let's smoke this a little bit and move it. There's the smoker. Yeah.
Set that over.
Right. Yeah. And we'll just grab it at the bottom and take it over.
It passes around that fast.
Yeah, it does.
Boy, they're quick.
So, question is, what happens when we remove the brick? You have to watch the behavior as we remove the brick. Are they boiling out or are they going to go in? And we're just going to have to observe this one.
Looks like some of them are going in.
Yeah, so grab me the screen back there.
And then a lid.
We got a lid right here.
We've got things spread all over the place right now.
Yep. And I'll probably pull them, since there's no workforce in that one, I will pull that honey super, but I want to just move the bulk of the bees away from the swarm that was on the pinnacle of swarming. hive because you want every reason in the world for this hive to calm down. And it looks like they are because they're landing and they're going in. I don't see a queen. I don't see anything gathering in the air. So these are all good signs. That's a vented cover, which will keep them a little cooler. Hopefully cooler headed. Yeah. So,
Guess what I just found?
oh, my hive tool. Great. So, have we averted a swarm? Have we moved the swarm to a new location? Or a hive that's ready to pop the swarm? We took most of the queen cells out of this one, and my hope is that we left the old queen in here and moved the queen cells and a lot of the bees over to a new location, so they'll suddenly not have a field force and hopefully not have the desire to build a swarm. Oh, or so the theory goes. Well, their favorite crabapple now has a swarm trap in it. Until next time from Buzz Park, remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week or so. Bye-bye.